Welcome back, guys. This is going to be one of the most important videos that you need to replay, that you need to save, that you need to download, that you need to watch and understand it very, very, very carefully, because they like the rectangular prism so much in your exam because they assume you don't understand it at all. So we're going to take a look at the area of that kind of prism right now. So the area of the prism, first I will introduce you to the formula that they use, that also a teacher that is going to show you that kind of a formula. But I'm not going to show you how to memorize that kind of a formula. I'm going to show you how to understand it, what is going on it actually. So without wasting more of your data, let me just get straight to the point actually, because I've been doing a lot of talking. So the area of a rectangular prism, there is two things that I want you to understand here about an area of a rectangular prism. One is that a rectangular prism, guys, it is formed by what? By six rectangle. It is formed by six rectangle. It is formed by six rectangles, which is, if you can see that this is six. If you can count them, 1, 2, 3, it's going to be out of them, it's going to be six, So that's number one characteristics about the rectangular prism. And another thing that I want you to understand is that two pairs of the rectangle that are there, are equal. Two pairs of the rectangle are equal. And I will show you right now what do I mean. So I try my best to demonstrate the joining parts of this rectangular prism by using these illustrations. Let me just explain it to you what is going on here. So the black rectangles that are here are the front part and the back part of this rectangular prism. I'm talking about, maybe we can see, this one and also this one, the front and the back part. Here are them. So the blue one are the top part and also the base one, which is the bottom part. And then this one are the left and right part, which is this one and also these other parts. So what I want you to understand here is that these two blacks one are equal in length and in each and everything. And the one that is here is equal, and also this one is equal. So that's what I mean when I say there is two pairs of rectangles that are equal out of those six rectangles that are there to form a rectangular prism. So to find an area, the total surface area of a rectangular prism, you have to first understand, how do I find an area of what? Of a rectangle actually. We know that an area of a rectangle is equals to what? It's equals to the length multiplied by h. Length multiplied by h. So here, in order for you to be able to find the total surface area of this rectangular prism, you have to find an area of each and every rectangle that is here. And keep that in mind, that the two opposites, two pairs of rectangles are equal, that is here, So the total surface area of this thing, let me just first demonstrate with the two parts that are here. The black one, So the black one is the front part and also the back part, So this one, there's a length on it. So this one, there's a length on it and also a height on the other side, So to find, let me just first talk about the black one, To find an area of the black one, we say the black of the black, it would, you can understand, I'm talking about these two, To find an area of them is going to be equal to what? It's going to be equals to, since there's two of them that are equal, because also this one is length and this one is height, These two are equal because you can see here, this here is equal to here, and also there is going to be equal to, and all these kind of stuff are going to be equal. So since this, we're looking for the area of two rectangles, we have to put two here, So this is two a length multiplied by what? Multiplied by a height, Perfect. So also now we have to look for the area what? Let me just look for that kind of pink marker actually. So we have to also find an area, an area of these two, the back one, the left and right one, so the area of the, you can see by the color I've differentiated it now. The area of it is going to be two, since there is two triangles that there's two rectangles that are equal, two pairs of triangles that are equal. It's going to be two. This one now, it has the breadth, and it also have what? The edge here, which is the height. So it's going to be length, breadth, multiplied by what? By the height, So going to the last one, which is the blue one, the top and the top one and the bottom one. So the area of those kinds of two pairs of those rectangles is going to be two. The top one, it has what? The top one, it has the, this here is the length, and the other side is what? Is the breadth. So the top one is as the length multiplied by the breadth, So this is the area of the two blacks and the area of the two left and right rectangle, the area of the top and bottom rectangle. So to find the total surface area of this object, or for the rectangular prism, we have to add all these areas to find the total surface area. So the formula of the rectangular prism, you might be given in your class as 2 length multiplied by height plus 2 breadth multiplied by h plus 2 length multiplied by breadth. Perfect. So you might be wondering, if your teacher gives you this kind of formula, where does it come from? It comes from them adding the areas of six rectangles, but two pairs of them are equal that are there. So that is something that I wanted you to understand. What I want you to grasp or take away from finding an area of a rectangular prism is that a rectangular prism, it consists of 6 rectangles. Those 6 rectangles, two pairs of rectangles there are equal, which I demonstrated it here. The front part and the back part are equal. The bottom and the top one are equal. The left and right are equal. Hence, if you can pay close attention to the formula here, it is the length and breadth and height, length and breadth, demonstrating that these three are different, So the rectangular prism, it has 6 rectangles and 2 pairs of them are equal, Perfect. So I'm going to do one more example to demonstrate this. Now I'm going to show you an example that I'm going to need you to pause the video and try it by yourself and see if you can get the right answers. So here's an example, actually, So they said, find an area of this object. This is a rectangular prism, actually, So what I want you to always do when you're given this kind, let me just also give you this kind of technique that I want you to understand. But first, let me just, let us just do it by the formula that we know, that we just formed right now. The area of this is going to be equal to what? To 2, the length multiplied by height, plus 2 breadth multiplied by h, plus 2 length multiplied by breadth, So this one is going to be, what will be our length here? And another thing I want you to pay attention here is that you can use any letter wherever you want, as long as they are different, You can use different letters that you need. So this one, we're going to treat it as length, and this one, we're going to treat it as breadth, and this one as height, So it's going to be 2. What is our length? Is 20. Multiplied by a height, which is 16, plus 2. What is our breadth? Is 25 multiplied by our height, which is 16, plus 2. What is our length? Is 20 multiplied by breadth, which is 25, So if you work this one in a calculator, you're going to get 2440 centimeter squared as what? As the total surface area of the rectangular prism. So here's the technique that I want you to always use when you're given a rectangular prism. And they ask you to find an area of this. So I want you to know that this formula, let's say this formula, you don't remember it in your exam because it's too big. You can easily forget it, Let's say you forget it. What I want you to remember, I want you to write this. I want you to write an area, the total surface area of this. Let's just the total surface area of this is going to be equals to 2, and you say 2 plus 2. You can also say plus 2, So what I want you to do, I want you to play around with what you are given here, these two sides. I want you to do this. I want you to take this and multiply with this first, And also, for the second time, you take this 25 and multiply by this one. And lastly, you take this and multiply by that one. But that kind of a way, even if you forgot the formula, you will easily find an answer that you are looking for, First, you take this one and multiply by this one. So you're going to say 20 multiplied by 25, and you say plus 2. Each and every 2 that is here, these 2 represent the 2 pairs that are equal of the rectangles, And then you also take this 25 and multiply by 16. So it's 25 multiplied by 16, And you take the last one, which is 16 multiplied by 20, But the main goal here is to make sure that each and every side that is here, they multiply each other, and then at the end of the day, you're going to still get the same answer that they got there, which is centimeter squared, So that is it for this video. In my next video, I'm going to describe how to find the volume of this kind of rectangular prism. So make sure that you don't miss my next video. See you on my next video. Sharp.